Now, is there a day of the week where you tend to see like the lowest top deposits? Like, I'm thinking like on a Tuesday, like, that's when nobody goes out to a restaurant and, nobody deposits into new investments.
There is actually a chart in the channel that DGen Crypto posts actually quite frequently, and so you can check that out and match it up with the days and see there. With the BSC congestion problems last night, I think the winning snipe was 49, so an incredible amount followed. The biggest amount of a snipe I think we've ever seen here, like 450 LP. So it's it's all game theory, and it's a total random shot. So
yeah, we can talk more about that for sure. After the rollover, I'm going to open it up to a lot of questions. But yeah, I mean, we're going to see the game theory of the largest deposit snipers get really, really interesting, especially when we start breaking 100 grand. We have some incredible whales, but again, the chances of an entire full $100,000 snipe is a lot less, and you're going to see a lot smaller snipes in consecutive order, which in theory could even add more LP to the detonator. So, all right, guys, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me on YouTube. We're happy to be back on YouTube. Sorry for the few days of not posting with the holiday weekend and just at the pace we've been growing. It's been insane. So we do our daily AMAs that will be simulcast to YouTube as well. If you're in Telegram, feel free to get your questions ready. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to write some questions in the comments. We have about 8 minutes left for our rollover of Detonator, and then we'll do a full hour AMA after that. So, all right, let me pull up my screen for those of you on YouTube. Again, if you're on Telegram, make sure you pull up our YouTube link to help with the algorithm and mute it in the background so there's no echo or reverberation. But here we go. Let me pull up Detonator. All right, here it is. So this beautiful, beautiful contract on top of our already incredible project has just been doing amazing things. We're seeing an all-time high pool balance. Right now, that's 30,274 LP. That is $3.19 million in the contract. This is a glorified daily ROI contract where you deposit your LP tokens and you can receive up to 365% back over the life of your investment. If you compound, it's even higher. So this is a game. It's not an annuity, but it's designed to be the most sustainable ROI contract ever created, and it's looking better and better every day. So with that, we also give away 2 prizes every day. It's 1% of the overall pool balance to a random giveaway winner. It's easy to say lottery, but it really isn't a lottery because you're not losing anything. So you still get credit for your deposit, but when you deposit, you get tickets. Depending on how much you've deposited or compounded, and those tickets will entitle you to a giveaway winning. So yesterday, I think I read on Telegram the lottery winner that won yesterday just deposited into the contract yesterday and only had about 3 tickets. So it only takes 1 ticket to win, and today's prize is a whopping $32,013. So we give that away to not only one random lottery winner, but we also give it away to the largest depositor of the day. So we're going to see some major deposits here in the last few moments. Usually it's been between 200 and 400 LP. Yesterday we had some congestion on the Binance Smart Chain, so I know a lot of you had a problem compounding or sniping. But unfortunately, that's out of our control. Go ahead and tweet CZ or Binance Smart Chain because our contracts are working fine. It's just sometimes there is some congestion, on the chain that we can't really help. So That's why I always suggest to compound at least once during the day when it's convenient for you, so you're always getting your compound, even if you can't maximize the very last minute. So again, we're growing like mad. Another 100 LP about as we're going in the last 10 minutes. We're going to see some fireworks here. I'll do a 5-minute warning and a 1-minute countdown. And we have 1,446 total users in Detonator, was growing by about 50 people a day now, and we're firing on all cylinders. So yeah, guys, again, good luck. Make sure you're compounding. And Bull, are you there?
Yeah, brother, I'm here.
All right, you want to talk 1 minute about what we are and what EMP is? What for any of the newcomers? If you can give an elevator pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a Big Mouth community member here. So first and foremost, not a team member here, but I speak all the time. And EMP is an awesome what's called a seigniorage project where they have controlled inflation in a responsible manner, where we can all win together, where we're all in the same boat together. And the ability, hinges, the success of the system hinges upon all of us being good actors or overcoming if there is a bad actor. Hopefully everybody's here for the right reasons. But what we're doing here is, making friends, making money, learning how to do things, kind of moving in unison. And what else do I got? I don't have a fancy description like AJ talking about the Federal Reserve and Egypt and Rome and all the governments creating money, but
yeah, brother, that was good. That was a good overview. You did it. That was a good elevator pitch. Yeah, totally, brother.
Okay, thanks, man. Yeah. Well, the master's back online, so.
Oh, no, man, for sure. So yeah, guys, just like Bull said, we are a very, very unique protocol. That really is one of the only in DeFi that everybody can win. And what does that mean? Well, it means that we're not really worried about somebody buying our coin or our NFT or our bags at a higher price to be able to profit. We're able to profit through inflation. And again, inflation is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if it's controlled inflation. And that's how we operate with our boardroom. Again, if you own eShares, you're entitled to put those in the boardroom, and those produce you more EMP. So it's a great way to, again, reward those that are good actors, and rather than some government or Federal Reserve, being able to print money without any rules, we have a lot of rules in place to do things responsibly. And so by having eShares, you basically own a portion of the protocol, as well as EMP itself. So EMP really is a utility token, and what that means is that EMP is meant to be able to farm you more eShares, and eShares are what you take profit in. And even with people taking profit in eShare, we've seen them double over the last few days, and again, based on the math, they still appear undervalued. So there's only 25,000 that are going to be emitted for the first year. So it's a very low circulating supply and max supply. We may end up again. We have plans on moving forward, and one of those may end up actually extending the emissions of eShares. I know a lot of you have had questions about the next step in the protocol after the first year. We're doing some math behind the scenes, but we think that could give us again another year of gains while we continue to bolster our treasury. So that might be something on the map as well. But just know that this next year is going to be full of building, and then we'll transition into the final form of what EMP really will become. Right now, this is essentially just a very long pre-sale. So if all of you are here now, you're winning, and you're in early. We've only been around about 4 months, and we're really starting to see the exponential growth over the last few days, and that's really special. So, and EMP really is fractionalized Ethereum. So just like Satoshi is to Bitcoin, meaning, you know, Satoshi is a smaller portion of Bitcoin. EMP is a smaller portion of Ethereum. So our ratio is 4,000 to 1. So 4,000 EMP is 1 Ethereum, and that's backed up by over $10 million in liquidity. So, all right, we have 1
40
minute.
seconds.
Yeah, 1 minute left. I'm talking. I'm getting excited. So, all right, guys, good luck. Make sure you're compounding, and let's see if we get a big sniper coming in today. 72 LP is the current highest deposit. Let's see if that holds up. Good luck, everyone. $20 seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Big snipe. 205, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Will 205 take it? Let's see if somebody comes over top. All right, let's wait for the chain to update. All right. All right, it looks like we had one snipe that was delayed that's actually applied now. So the largest snipe of today is already 100. Again, if you guys missed the rollover, it applies to the next day. It seems like that's what happened. If somebody can check the on-chain data for me, I'd love to hear what took it. Man, I think there was a lot of snipes because we gained about another 1,000 LP.
This was the most tickets by far. First time we ever cracked over 5,000 tickets. Actually, it's the first time we cracked over 4,000. Skipped right past it to go to 5,000 tickets.
Amazing. Yes, guys. So again, every deposit you get credit up to 50 tickets, and every compound you get credit up to 50 tickets. So even if a big whale comes in, they're only able to get 100 tickets a day maximum per wallet. And so yeah, Boulder said we had over 5,000 tickets today, which is amazing. We're hitting new all-time highs every day. Again, we grew by another 1,000 LP in the last 24 hours, where the pool is now at 30,985 LP. That's a total of $3.265 million. And that means today's lottery is already the largest lottery we've ever had at 32,655. So if anybody won the lottery, we'd love to celebrate with you live on the air. Make sure you jump on. If you do win the lottery, the way our contract is set up is it goes, you're not able to basically claim it immediately and dump on all of our heads. So what that does is it protects our community and it takes away, the human element, but it's also really bullish for the investor or the winner because you're actually able to ROI on your winning. So even though you're winning about 32 grand, you can turn that into over 100 grand with the 365%. And this again is really, really sustainable for the contract itself and will help us continue to grow. So one thing I did want to mention, again with a lot of newcomers, is we have some very specific strategies on how to responsibly take profit. So Bull or Couch, if he's on, do you guys want to talk about the 5-2 or 6-1 strategy of taking profits responsibly?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, Couch, go ahead, brother.
So hello guys, I am also another very vocal community member. I am not part of the original team, so just another investor like you guys, but happens to be here since before EMP.Money. So, and I have a very deep love for EMP and our community. So EMP is a protocol system in where we have like 10 ways of making money. We have 3 farms, we have Detonator, we have 6 node level, I think, and pretty much when you add them up, it's like 10 ways of making money. Our governance token now is EMP. So imagine EMP is like the gasoline of your car. or the battery of your electric car. So you need EMP to move from point A to point B. So EMP is the one that keep everything well, this machine well oiled and running. In the boardroom is where EMP take the most importance, because we have something called TWAP, which is a time-weighted average, which is a way of measuring our peg. So our protocol is designed, it's an algo coin designed to be pegged to Ethereum at 4,000 to 1 ratio. So this meaning that if you want to know the peg number, just take Ethereum price and divide it by 4,000, and that number is your peg number. So we have to be 1.01 above.
AJ?
Above that.
No, I'm on Discord. Telegram.
Yeah, don't worry about that peg number. And then, so to take profits responsibly, so we need to protect EMP, because EMP keep the boardroom running all the time. So we encourage, at the end is your money, you know, and we are not going to tell you what to do. We are going just telling you how is the best alternative or the best way for you to make sure that you are a good actor, and at the same time, you keep the boardroom printing, which is around now 5% a day. It's been like that for the last 18 days or so. So in terms of, so keep in mind to protect EMP, and then you can take profit out of the farm in each shares, and also you can take profit out of Detonator, and then split your LP and take profit in Ethereum, and then you can put your EMP back into Node, which is another great play, because the Node give you like 400% ROI, and also detonators pay you daily, and also no tax, you know, on the detonator play. It's important that you compound more than you claim, you know, because it's a ROI contract on detonator. If you claim every day, well, it's meaning that you are losing your position and you are making money, but then you are going to run out of gasoline in your detonator, and then, you know, so once you reach 265%, you're done. But if you claim more, you compound more than you claim, so you can extend the life or your position into detonator for longer period of time of claiming. So our recommendation is to do 5-2 or 6-1. 5-2 is equivalent to 70-30%. So it's like compound 70% and take 30% profit. And then 6-1 is like 85-15 or something like that. So those are our recommendations for you to be considered, you know, a great actor. And imagine that you have Detonator as a paycheck. Myself, I compound 5-2, and I take 30% claim, and then 70% compound. I'm imagine that my Detonator is a weekly paycheck for me. What I do is I claim 5-2 or compound 5-2, and then that 2 days that I claim, or that 30%, I put it into Bifi. So I'm building my position in Bifi, and then once a month I go to Bifi, I split it and take profit, and so forth and so on. Clean and repeat. If you have any doubt, so our community is great, you know, on that one. So we have, you see an army general, so they are, and also you see people with the EMP Academy grad also. So yeah, feel free to reach out. And I know one of our community members and peers will be more than glad to help you out. And welcome to EMP.Money.
Awesome, Couch. Yes, thank you, brother. So again, guys, not financial advice. This is just a way of playing the system, optimal way. And again, in regards to Detonator, let me meet you real fast, Couch. Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah, you're feeding back a little. So the optimal play, again, that was discussed by Couch in regards to Detonator alone, is again compounding more than you're claiming. That way, you never reach your max ROI. It's healthy for the protocol, and you're able to generate a passive income for what we hope is years to come. And also, so because Detonator is transacted in LP tokens, that means half of the token is EMP and half of the token is Ethereum. When you do claim in Detonator, you're able to take profits in a much healthier manner than if it was just a native token or not LP tokens. And what that means is you can unpair your LP after claiming, and that Ethereum is basically your cash. So again, half of that will always be Ethereum, and you can use that however you see fit. Whether you want to, use that for another project or, cash that out back into fiat. The Ethereum side of the LP does not impact the protocol at all. So you don't have to sell or dump tokens to be able to realize a profit. And then the other side of that, the EMP, again, we never suggest dumping EMP. It's more of a utility token. Can you? Absolutely, but we're trying to all win together. And so what you would do with that EMP is that you could take and you could put it into nodes. So nodes are a great spot to put your EMP instead of selling it, where you can actually earn more EMP from your EMP. And again, the idea is that compounds into a larger amount, and then you're able to pair up the profit from your E shares with ETH again, and actually build a larger LP pool for yourself, which would equate to more ownership of the protocol. So I understand that is very complicated and might be a lot to take in. We do have the EMP Academy. It's about a 1-hour online course that's free. You can find the link on our homepage. We also have some great YouTube videos as well. We've been getting about 1 new sign up on our academy every 3 minutes for the last 24 hours. It's just been one after the other after the other. So we're really experiencing some amazing growth, and I can take questions about any of that as we go. Let me just give a few more announcements, and then I'll open the floor up to do a deep dive on anything that you guys want to know or what we can help with. So again, we're hitting all-time highs, local highs at least, on eShare, EMP, everything. So we've had about well over $1 million in liquidity enter the protocol in the last 24 hours. Our TVL has grown by 5 million over the last 48 hours. So we're really experiencing some amazing growth. But I bring all that up because I want everybody to manage, their emotions and their expectations. We can all celebrate and high five and love life right now. We all are, because it's really early. I mean, even at a $25 million TVL, I mean, we could be at a 500 million TVL in the next few months. So we are still early, but I just want to bring this up because, again, as a good practice is to always, prepare for dips. There may be some dips, and it's a good opportunity to see those dips as a way to dollar cost average into the protocol. So it's always fun to buy when things are going up and up and up, but just be responsible. And again, we want to provide a very balanced and transparent approach to our protocol. And with that, we're not here to overhype anybody. But those of you that have been around over the last few days, you're still really early, and the older generation that's been in from the beginning can tell you just how incredible what we have built is. And as long as you have a long-term horizon, we can really do some amazing things. So yeah, I mean, we're continuing to scale. We're building other contracts behind the scenes, other ways to earn in EMP. Those should be available shortly. We have some celebrity endorsements coming. We have a celebrity that is going to publicly endorse EMP to over 500,000 of his followers tomorrow. So that's some big news, some big alpha coming. They're part of one of the largest franchises in movie history. So that's exciting. And yeah, I mean, we have a lot coming this week. It's just been one thing after another. But we're happy to have all the new new faces in the group, and we want all of you to learn. So with that, I'm going to open up the floor. Have about an hour. We can go over anything that you guys want to ask. So again, please be respectful, and let's go one at a time. But if anybody's on voice chat, we'll do voice chat first. So yeah, the floor is open.
In case anyone was interested, about $126,000 entered the detonator in the last 2 minutes before the rollover.
That's amazing. That's bullish. So yeah, we're working on a video right now to be able to show you how to check that data on chain. Again, for those of you that are familiar, everything is transparent on the Binance Smart Chain, so you can see on BSC scan what deposits are entering into the detonator, as well as reverse looking up the winner of the lottery to see what they even deposited to confirm that all the lottery winners are legit. So yeah, we're killing it, guys. I mean, we are starting to really gain the attention of the DeFi space as a whole, and we're just getting started. So today was a major milestone by breaking 10 million in total liquidity. That gives a lot of larger investors confidence in the project, because if we don't have enough liquidity, a larger whale cannot get into the project without causing price impact to themselves. So the more liquidity we have, the better it is for everybody, and the easier it is for us to maintain above peg, because those that dump EMP have less of an impact on the peg. So yeah, we're doing big things, guys. So all right, anybody, don't be shy. Any questions? Yeah, LA, how are you? Go ahead.
What's up?
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Really good. I just wanted to hop on here tonight and just kind of share some perspective for anyone who's new on here, just based on some things I've been seeing in the chat over the last couple days that I think just might be helpful. So I'm obviously like not that old into this. It's only been a couple months now, so I remember really well what it's like to start here, and especially when you join the chat and everything's super exciting and there's so much hype and everything's going and moving really fast, and it can be really tempting to just jump in and not really have a strategy all worked out, and just, you know, you want to get in as soon as possible and start making money because you see all this money people are making and people are winning the lottery and there's so much going on. But if I had any just perspective to share, just having gone through it, I just want to say take a day or two and talk to some of the community members who have been here since the beginning or who have been here for a few months. Talk to AJ, talk to the team, and talk to them about their strategies. The best thing about the people in this community is that there's people with incredible amounts of experience who are willing to talk to you one-on-one, who are willing to talk to you in the group. I feel like I've gotten an entire financial education being here in the last 2 months for free. And work out a strategy that works for you based on your specific goals, because there's a lot of different strategies in this protocol that will all make you money. There's a lot of great ways to make money in this protocol, and if you talk to different people have their favorite ways to make money here. But when it comes to the detonator specifically, the detonator is a long-term play. And I've seen in the chat over the last 2 days, a lot of people saying that, you know, they've just recently put their money in there and they've aped in, and then they've realized all of a sudden that they don't have any money left for the farms. And so they're almost immediately taking money out and putting it into the farms, but then they're losing 20% immediately. So I just wanted to kind of share perspective on that, because if you take a couple days and just really think about your strategy ahead of time and where you want to allocate your money and just really strategize, you can really think about those things ahead of time so that you don't have to go and lose money and take, lose that 20% or that kind of thing. You can really figure out that strategy. And if you have that solid strategy in place, when things go up, when things go down, emotions don't have to come into it. You have that solid strategy in place and you just have to stick to it. And as things evolve and you talk to people in the group who are more experienced than you, your strategy might evolve, but just taking those couple days to figure things out might really, really help a lot. So I just wanted to share that. I remember when I first found EMP, like I immediately wanted to just go all in on the detonator and just put everything there. I was so excited, but I'm so glad I just took a little time and talked to people, and it just made a world of difference. So I just wanted to share that. I hope that helps at least one person who's listening.
Amazing, LA. Yes, thank you for your personal experience. And yeah, I mean, I know we've all been there. Again, I have been involved in other projects where, like you said, you just want to ape, but we're doing things really different at EMP. We want to educate our community to be able to win long term. And I know that might sound weird coming from, a team member or part of the project, is telling you to not to invest right away. It sounds counterintuitive, but that's part of our long-term strategy. I mean, we want everybody to be here for the long run, and the underlying economics of our protocol really help those of you that want to have a long-term passive income and not looking to swing trade. Or again, like Ella said, go all into Detonator and then realize, that might not have been the best move. So yeah, absolutely, that's a great perspective. Yeah, Hensher, hey brother,
Hey,
how are
Jay.
you? Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
go ahead, bro. You want
I'm
to add?
good, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm doing good. I'm really, really pumped, like every other person. We're here with Detonator from day one, and we're really, 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 really excited. So to see the growth and everything. Just to add to what LA was just saying. I mean, just to tweak a little bit something she said. All what she said, very, very, very important for everybody to, I always read the white paper. I was in Detonator before, I was in EMP before Detonator, so a few weeks even, or I think a month before Detonator. But I always read the white paper. I always ask questions. So if you can't read the white paper, you can ask questions, and we are all of us there to guide everybody. And so just to tweak something that she said, yeah, about the 20% tax that you get from withdrawing from claiming in Detonator. Please, I just wish everybody to understand. It looks like as if it is a tax, but it's not actually, in real terms, it's not actually deducting 20% from your claim. It just delays the time for you to ROI, that is for you to have your return on investment of that total amount that you can claim. So actually, in real sense, it is just delaying the time. It might increase the time now by another 1 day or something. So that 20% still goes back. You are not deducted per se. So you just delayed to a return on investment. I think that's just one of the key things about Detonator, which it takes it away from many other projects, which are the most popular one, which some of us we know, we're part of them. And that one, as you have been taxed, you have been taxed. So it's not a matter of delay. But with Detonator, it's just delayed. So you will still realize it over the long term. That's why when you come into the whole of this ecosystem, long-term mindset is what will pay off. And we all know many projects, and the whole thing about DeFi and finances is if you delay gratification, you win more. If you go in for the trading, those are the people that always get wrecked, especially in crypto. It's not financial advice, but it is something that works and something that has always worked if you look at other projects. So I'm just like, okay, we should get these about the 20%, and we should all strive and make it, all of us win with a long-term mindset. Thank you.
Thank you, 𝘠𝘩𝘪. Yeah, brother. Again, another longtime community member, and yeah, I mean, I do it myself. I say attacks. It's easy to say that, but like 𝘠𝘠𝘪 said, it's not really technically attack. So I know there was a lot of discussion yesterday when we had the BSC congestion. If you were not able to roll over, I mean, if you were not able to claim or compound before the rollover, everybody was like, well, what the hell, I lost out on my money. I lost money. And it's like, no, you don't lose money in Detonator. The rollover is simply there to extend the ROI time. So even if you had to go on vacation or were not able to claim for a day or two, all it does is extend your ROI time by those amount of days. So again, I mean, hypothetically speaking, if you were able to reach, 365% return in 400 days, if you forget to compound or claim, and now you get it in 401 days. So again, it doesn't really reduce the amount you're able to earn, just the time. So that's a really important concept to wrap your head around, because that also allows for a longer longevity of the contract. I mean, again, we designed Detonator to be one of the most sustainable protocols ever created, ROI contracts. And the fact that we built it on top of EMP and the seigniorage economics as a whole has really been the secret sauce, so to speak, and why we've seen such amazing things. Because Detonator could have been a project on its own, I mean, we see a resurgence of all these farming contracts and big beans and all these other ones that are 8% a day, and all that's going to do is wreck everybody that's getting in late, and whoever started the contract is the one that makes all the money. With Detonator, we've combined about 10 different other successful ROI contracts to, again, provide passive income for years to come. So, and we're already seeing that take place. Again, over $3 million in the liquidity pool and what's being able to be paid out. Just imagine if we can, 10x that, having 30 million in Detonator. It could go on for a very, very long time. So again, I just wanted to go over all that. 𝘠𝘠𝘪, thank you, my brother. LA, thank you. And yeah, guys, so any other questions, comments?
AJ, it's
Yep.
The winning lottery, the random lottery winner is in YouTube right now.
Oh, are they? Awesome, Bull. Yeah, see if they can jump over to Telegram or ask them about their journey real fast. But yeah, 𝘠𝘠𝘪, go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to add to that. I think with the Detonator, just but even out of selfish reasons, to be able to prolong the Detonator, for those absolute degens that are listening, that a major benefit for the prolonging of the Detonator and the sustainability of the Detonator, so basically compounding more than you're claiming, is to allow for the ETH pump, right? So ETH 2.0 is coming out midway through the year, or a little bit later, but it's going to be coming out sometime this year, which is the talk. We're going to see a pump in ETH price that's going to, I mean, you talk to anybody who's an ETH maxi, even those that aren't, the ETH price over the next few years will continue to appreciate. So the longer the Detonator sustains, the higher the value that 365 is going to be. So by compounding 5 or 6 times and only claiming once or twice a week, you're allowing for that ETH appreciation to take place, so you can get even more gains over the years to come.
Absolutely, 𝘠𝘠𝘪. That's an amazing point. And again, I mean, if you guys have ETH, just sitting in Celsius or, on Coinbase or, Binance, I mean, that ETH is not doing anything. The real generational wealth, not even in crypto, but as a whole, is when people are able to have their money make them more money. And with EMP, we apply that protocol where, you can still hold ETH and be exposed to the price appreciation of Ethereum, but why not have that Ethereum actually make you more Ethereum? And again, I mean, we're seeing anywhere from 0.5 to 1% a day returns, and that's with the price of Ethereum where it is in terms of dollar value. If we see a 2 or 3x on Ethereum, that means what you're earning daily will also go up 2 to 3x. So just again, some food for thought, and again, how to strategize for the future. So, all right, any other questions?
One more
Okay.
thing to add
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, go ahead, Elliot.
We have the
The most popular question amongst lottery winners is, how do I claim this? And I just want to say, if you get a daily compound calculator, and just look up how much those lottery winnings would turn into if you just even claimed every day for even 3 months, let alone 6 months or longer, it would blow your mind. So just try your best to have a longer term mindset, and this could create generational wealth, like beyond just you. So EMP is going to be around for a long time. It's not one of those projects that's going to be here and gone like a flash in the pan. So it will do us all good to have a really long-term mindset, because this project's here to stay.
Absolutely, LA. Yeah, we're not a pump and dump. We're not a meme coin. I mean, we're building a new financial system on the blockchain. I mean, it's really, really powerful, and that's why, again, it's very complicated to begin with. But if you just take the time to really sit down and learn, it can really help you, understand the power. So, all right, Couch, did you want to say anything?
The winner of the lottery is in the main chat.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think I saw it was Druid Boy or something like that. He won with 4 tickets. So congrats to them. Awesome. If they're on voice, make sure you jump on. So, all right, I see a few questions in the Telegram chat. Somebody was asking about exploits and flash loans. So, again, a lot of people have been susceptible to flash loans lately. The good news is that inherently, the way our protocol works, we're basically protected from flash loan attacks because of our boardroom. So because you have to own a secondary token, which in this case is eShare, you're not able to take a loan against it and put it in the boardroom, because you have to be in the boardroom long enough for that epoch to print. So the short answer is no. I mean, we're always looking into the code for vulnerabilities, and we're very proactive on that front. I know Tutum, which is another fork, had a flash loan attack. I'm doing some research into that, but I think that was more of an issue on arbitrage between their. They have multiple share tokens on that platform, and it's more of a layered approach. And I've said from day one that I was never really a fan of that, just because, again, it opens you up to a lot more issues like flash loans and manipulation that EMP doesn't necessarily have. So, again, that's just a little bit on that. Yeah, I didn't see any other. I've got like 4 chats open right now, so forgive me if I miss a question. Feel free to type it again if I didn't answer it. But yeah, anybody else in the voice chat want to ask?
Hey.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah. This is Greg Schultz from Jonathan Seller's Discord.
Yeah.
And, you kind of touched on this. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, how are you, brother? I remember you, my friend. Yeah, thanks for being here tonight.
Absolutely. And thank you for you did field this question in Discord, but there's only so much you can do typing stuff out. things get detailed. So now that we're on a chat, I had a question about basically about the long-term sustainability of the project. You did mention a little bit earlier that the everyone wins strategy more or less boils down to hey, maybe sell some of your e-shares, but don't sell. Do everything you can to not sell your EMP tokens. We're trying to keep it above PEG, so everyone continues to get paid, etc., etc. But what would a everyone win strategy look like beyond the end of the year, beyond when e-shares are expected to stop emitting? Where do we take it from there?
Absolutely, brother. So we have a 1 year, a 5 year, and a 10-year roadmap, and you can look in our academy. We've also uploaded the video to our YouTube as well. But yeah, I mean, the long story short is the idea is that we continue to implement use cases for EMP to make it more profitable to hold EMP than to sell it. So that's the 30,000 level overview. Again, when and if e-share emissions are no longer a thing, then we have other ways of creating value, and that includes collateralization. We have every intention of putting together, whether we have to build the protocol ourselves as a sister project, or again partner with another lending platform where you're able to actually borrow against your LP positions, and that allows you to take profit without ever having to sell the native assets or your LP pool. So that's another way to gain value. That's also really powerful for tax purposes because in most jurisdictions you don't have to pay tax on a borrowed asset. And again, that allows you to still have exposure to Ethereum. So if you borrow in stablecoins and Ethereum doubles, then you only have to pay back half of that loan. So it can be really powerful to implement collateralization. We also have plans on growing our treasury to be massive, and using our treasury to do what's called hypothecation, where the treasury is able to earn yield, and that yield will then be used to either reward EMP holders or buy back the EMP token, and really create an entire ecosystem as we move forward to create value. So we have a really long-term vision, and again, right now we suggest to the getting is good, so to speak, but just understand that we do have plans for everybody still being able to continue to profit long term without having to sell the native asset. So does that help, Greg?
Absolutely. Yeah. At this point, I'm just sick of aping into DeFi projects that have a clear expiration date on them. If you catch my drift, the big beans of the world.
Absolutely, brother.
And, and I just didn't want to. When I saw the whole wait a second, e-share emissions are going to be done within a year. What's going to happen beyond that? It was just something lingering in my mind. So I don't want to have to jump onto a ship that I know I'm going to have to jump off of. I just kind of want to be on something that's here for the long term. And it looks like you have the community and motivation behind that. So thank you for that question. I'll be sure to look for that video where you kind of go a little bit deeper into the 1, 5, and 10-year plans.
Yeah, brother, no doubt. And I'll send it to you personally on Discord. Again, I appreciate you being here, and we're very open and transparent, and I would always want our community to ask questions like that because bro, I mean, I come from an investment standpoint, as it is. I mean, I've been in crypto since 2014, full time since 2016, and I'm with you, bro. I was tired of there's gains to be made short term, but if there's a project that I can get behind that I know will be a passive income generator, for years to come, and I can sleep at night and spend more time with my family, I mean, what's better than that, And that's that's the mindset of why we wanted to create EMP around, an economic system that really can allow for that. It's not like I said, a pump and dump or a meme token where there's like you said it perfect, where there's an expiration date. There is no expiration date on EMP. So yeah, man. Well, welcome to the community, and we can't wait to have you be one of our emperors for a long time to come.
Looking forward to it, man. Thank you.
All right, brother, you got it. So, all right, guys. Any other questions?
Yeah. AJ,
Yeah,
I just
sure. Go ahead.
I just wanted to talk on maybe a few new people in EMP, like Greg just asked those questions. Just to add to what AJ just said, I'm not a team member. I'm just a long-term person here. So this group, this team, is one of the best you can ever think of. I'm not saying it to flatter anybody, because I've been here from the very early periods. Whatever they said they are going to do, they did it. You get the point. So my own, all I want to say to the people that are new here is that we have experienced, what is said is what is done by this team. So I'm saying so because all what AG has said to some new people, it might just be like, oh, it's a handful or a mouthful, many things. Are they going to live up to them? They talked about the notes are there. They talked about Detonator, the Detonator is there. We all started with farms and all of that, but they kept on telling us, they keep on innovating, day in, day out. So this thing for me, the passion with which I think about EMP, and I bring even my own, my own family into it. That's the truth. I haven't said that before, but I have put my own family into EMP. I have two addresses in Detonator, not because it's just myself. So when you see people start putting in their families into something like this, trust me, you must be really, really foolish, or you must be really, really, knowledgeable and understanding of something before you go to that lens. So it's not financial advice, but it's just a testament to what we have experienced long term in this space. Thank you.
Absolutely, Hunter. You got it, brother. No doubt. And it's true. I mean, there are a lot of, and LA mentioned it earlier, there is a strategy for you out there. So again, we have about double the usual participants that we usually do on our AMAs. So I'm sure a lot of you are new, and maybe you don't want to ask questions. You might be shy. I think a really great way to get involved. EMP LP is the king. So if you want to dip your toes in the water, so to speak, you can't go wrong accumulating EMP ETH LP. And then I would go ahead and just put that into one of our auto compounders, whether it's 𝘤𝘩𝘢𝘯𝘯 or Beefy Finance. Our TVL on Beefy is looking really, really good. And Beefy also has insured pools. So it's a little bit safer, so to speak. But 𝘤𝘩𝘢𝘯𝘯 has been an amazing partner as well. So anyway, that's a great way to get involved in the short term. And you can see your bag start to grow immediately by putting the LP in those auto compounders. And that's very healthy for the protocol as well, because it takes your eShares and sells them automatically for more LP tokens, and because of that, it produces constant buying pressure on EMP. So that's a little quick way to get involved for those of you that might be new and a little overwhelmed, and then you're able to learn about the ecosystem as we continue to grow and develop. So, all right, any other questions? I have time for about three more.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, so just kind of digging into the algo portion of EMP pegged to Ethereum. And I understand that if nobody buys or sells, that the coin will eventually level out at 1 to 4,000, 1 EMP to or 4,000 EMP to 1 ETH. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how over time, like how quickly does that happen? So if tomorrow we all bought into EMP and pumped the price up to $2, and nobody sold or bought after that, and if Ethereum, let's say, stayed at $3,000, how long would it take the protocol to algorithmically reduce back to the peg portion?
Okay, so there's a few things in that question. Number one, that's not really how it works. So it's really hard to do a hypothetical on nobody buying or selling, because that is never going to happen ever. But I think I can answer your question on the point that you're getting at. So the peg is really more determined based on buying and selling pressure, not necessarily the math of how it's pegged. So if, again, for an example, if we're at 1.1 peg and nobody bought or sold, but the price of Ethereum went up, the price of EMP would automatically go up with it. And that is because we have, again, over 5 million in actual Ethereum that's in the LP. So we have 10 million LP liquidity total. So half of that is actual Ethereum. So because of that, it brings the price of EMP up and down with it without necessarily having the buy and sell volume. So you'll see it both ways. We saw it about 2 days ago where there was a significant 4 days ago, actually, there was a drop in EMP, even though nobody sold EMP. And the reason that happened was because, again, Ethereum had a major drop. So does that help answer, Matt? Again, I know it's a little complicated.
No, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. So just to reconfirm back to what you said.
Yes.
Basically, it's less so about, some, hidden math that's maneuvering the coin price back and forth. It's more so having to do with the liquidity, and that is kind of holding us to the price of Ethereum. Roughly 50% of our liquidity is doing that.
Yes, brother. Exactly.
Okay. Nope, that makes perfect sense. Thanks for clearing that up.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. And that's really why a lot of other algo projects have failed or are failing. Is because they have $1 or $2 million in liquidity, which is nothing. I mean, the reason that we can say that we really are fractionalized Ethereum is because, again, now we're over 10 million in liquidity, and liquidity really is king. Because we could have a fancy code and math to keep us, to keep that ratio, but if there's no liquidity, then that ratio doesn't even matter. So yeah, Matt, appreciate that, bro. Hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate everything that you've been doing. You've been working really hard, and it really shows. So thank you, and to the rest of the team too.
Awesome, brother. You got it. Yeah, Matru, you want to add to that, bro? You're my resident numbers guru. So yeah, bro, go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that because I think there's quite a few people that make the mistake of when they see EMP and they see E-shares, they just ape into E-shares, and then they realize that they've cornered themselves in terms of they've just bought E-shares, they've put it in the boardroom, it's emitting EMP, and now the only way for them to basically take profits is by selling EMP. And then they start to, unfortunately, they learn the hard way that by selling EMP, it drops the PEG, it drops EMP below PEG, and the value of their E-shares falls because E-shares value is determined on its ability to print. So for those people that potentially have started, just with E-shares, Matt brought up a really good point. AJ talked about that point is your next move, you've just got E-shares, your next move needs to be.
Oh, he left us hanging. Matru, you there, brother? Your next move needs to be. Go ahead, man.
Your next move needs to be to build up a investment in the ETH EMP LP, whether that be through the Detonator or through the farm. Then the reason why that is because you can build up your investment with the EMP LP. That will help us stay above PEG. It will help your E-shares maintain their value. And basically, by not investing in that, you're kind of fudding your own bags, because if you've cornered yourself, just bought E-shares, the only way you can actually take profit is selling EMP, then eventually you're going to drop the value of your E-shares and you're going to end up with a zero-sum investment. Yes, you might have profited from EMP, but the value of your E-shares have dropped because you've just pushed everything below PEG. So if you're in that position, if you've just come into EMP and you've just got E-shares, your next investment needs to be building up a position. And I think you mentioned it, AJ, really good, putting a portion of, it's not financial advice, but whatever that portion is, putting it into beefy auto compounder, just so you're constantly creating buying pressure through E-shares on EMP, and that will maintain the value of the E-shares you bought when you first came in. So it's a really important that everyone has some sort of level of investment in the EMP LP to maintain that PEG, and so we all profit for a long time.
Amazing. Yeah, brother. So again, those of you that might be new, please pause the playback of this video and listen to the last 2-minute conversation, because if you can wrap your head around that, you're set up for success. And yeah, I mean, again, I know we all fall into that trap of wanting to sell EMP to take profit, and we're not here to tell anybody what they can and can't do. That's the beauty of crypto and decentralization. But again, Machu said it perfect. If you're selling EMP, not only are you fudding your own bags, by devaluing eShare, but you're losing part of the ownership in the protocol. So if you're looking to get out of EMP, then maybe that's what you want to do. But if you're going to be here for the long run, the idea is to continue to build your position. And you really can make more money in the long run doing the right thing and the optimal strategies than the non-optimal strategies anyway. And that's why the protocol is so unique, because it automatically rewards good actors inherently. So yeah, hopefully that helps. All right, guys, I have time for like 2 more. Anybody else? Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, brother. I'm sorry, bro. You had your hand up for a while, brother. Yeah, go ahead, my friend.
No, I'm gonna talk because someone asked me to talk, because apparently he or she missed my voice, so I'm gonna talk. No, just kidding. Yeah, I just want to say that we are working really hard on the Discord. And why I'm saying that is because we are trying to organize the Discord the best way we can, because I know I love Telegram, and most of you guys also, but I think the first step for people who are coming asking the first question, what is EMP, we are going to say like go check the academy and stuff. But I think also that the next step, is more like go check Discord, because we have all the category, channel and stuff. And after that, if you are just more bullish on Telegram than Discord to talk and stuff, that's okay. But I think we are trying to do our best. I think Joe, Machin, and Red One are working really hard on that. And I just want to make that in the light.
Yes, surely, absolutely, brother. So yeah, guys. Again, we have a very dedicated following over on Discord as well, and honestly, Discord is a lot better in terms of organization. So like Charlie said, if you're new, you may be better off starting in Discord because we're able to give you a lot more one-on-one attention and help you learn. And we have a bunch of different channels in Discord that help explain things a lot easier, and then we can do all the fun gifts and peg dancing in Telegram, at 3 a.m. So yeah, guys, absolutely. So yeah, Charlie, thank you, my friend. Awesome. All right, guys, any other questions, comments? I have time for 2 more.
I got a quick one.
All right, yeah. So Griff and then the next guy. I don't know who it was. Sorry. So Griff, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for doing the AMA. I just found out about you guys a few days ago.
Awesome, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Going off of the conversation I just heard about the boardroom, obviously I had maybe assumed or was just looking through the website, and it seems the best APR is in the boardroom, but it stops if it goes below PEG, obviously. So what is the best way to, I guess, grow your shares without harming the protocol? Because if you're just dumping EMP for profit is not good for the protocol. Is swapping EMP for more shares bad for the protocol? And if it is, what's the best way to grow your shares or grow your small bag at first before you start using the detonator?
Absolutely, brother. So unfortunately we ran a little bit backwards, but that's okay, bro. We're gonna make it work. And so yeah, what you would do, and again, I mean, I'll give you a few different strategies, and then you can tell me what you're thinking. But what I would suggest if I was in your shoes, again, not financial advice, but you take the EMP that you've earned from the boardroom and bring over new capital, just to pair. So buy ETH. Basically, you just have to buy ETH. And again, I mean, you probably want to have more ETH anyway, so it makes sense. But you buy ETH and then pair it up with whatever emissions you get from the boardroom and make EMP ETH LP, and then put that LP into the farm on the website, because that way you'll be able to accumulate E-shares. And then once you do that, then you can sell a portion of those E-shares that you're generating manually and use that to continue to build your LP position. So does that make sense?
It does. So doing that is better than taking those additional E-shares and having more in the boardroom?
It is, because what happens is, to dump EMP for E-share, that's basically the exact opposite of what you want to do, because if you do it that way, you're going to have a never-ending cycle of E-share dilution. So as the more E-shares are emitted, you're going to have to keep up with new buying pressure to have the same ratio in the boardroom. And so again, the idea is that you set up a way to passively produce E-share or farm them, because why would you want to buy something when you can just farm it? I mean, it just makes more sense, especially if you have a long-term mindset. So yeah, the dumping EMP for E-share is about the worst thing you can do for the protocol overall. And then again, another thing that is not recommended, but isn't the end of the world, is if you take a portion of the EMP from your emissions and sell a little bit of that EMP, but immediately put it into liquidity. Because as long as we're building the liquidity, then the selling has less of an impact. So does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, I figured that dumping EMP for shares is bad for the protocol, so that makes sense. But now I understand why it's also not even the best strategy for the individual either. So
exactly, brother. Yep, and that's an epiphany, bro. Because again, everything I'm saying as well, it really rewards you as the investor. I'm not just saying it because I want the protocol to succeed. It's the way the protocol is designed, is that the way to earn the most is also the best thing for the protocol. So yeah, brother, absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah, thank you. And then I guess just my last comment on top of that.
No problem.
So the stuff we just talked about I was less familiar with because I was never in Tomb or anything like that, but I am pretty familiar with Drip and Elephant and all that stuff. So the detonator is reminiscent of that, if I'm correct. So my two questions are, does the detonator honor your total deposit amount always with the daily div, or is it once you max it out, you're starting over with the daily being what you freshly deposit new? And then also, do you see the detonator kind of the last place to bring your money after you've farmed what you need and built the wealth you need, and then, okay, now I can develop a stable passive?
So yeah, brother, there's a lot of good questions there. Really, as far as Detonator, I mean, we have nothing but love for Forex, and we definitely are not saying, that Detonator is a drip killer or, even a competitor to drip. There are a lot of mechanics in drip. If anything, I would say that the Detonator is more similar to the garden, the animal farm garden. For those of you that are familiar. But yeah, I mean, it depends on, you asked your total share. So you're able to compound your LP. So it doesn't really matter what you deposit, because as long as you're compounding, you can grow that into a substantial position in Detonator through the power of compound interest. So does that answer that question? I'm sorry if I didn't really understand what you were asking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that answers it. I guess maybe I'm not clear.
Yeah.
Is the Detonator only LP tokens you can put in, or you can put EMP in it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's only LP, brother. So you can zap into Detonator, which will take EMP or any of your other BNB eShare and automatically convert it to LP for you. But no, Detonator is only the LP tokens. And to answer your question too about whether you should be involved in Detonator, after you've already built your other positions, I mean, that's really up to your own strategy. I know some people are just playing Detonator alone because they don't want to take the time to learn how the other mechanics work. But it sounds like you're pretty savvy. So yeah, I would definitely build positions in the other farms and the boardroom first, and then use your profits to build a position in Detonator for the long term. So again, not financial advice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for the answer. I appreciate that. And then, so I think I understand how the farms come into the strategy as opposed to, so if you don't mind, just one more comment. Would you say the bonding is not really, when I first glanced over things and I still haven't dug as deep as I want to, but, bonding is not really meant to be part of someone's wealth building strategy. Would you say that's just, okay, if the peg's down, I can get some bonds? But
yeah, absolutely. So the bonds really are just another mechanic that help protect the protocol, and we have implemented nodes after we already had done bonds, and nodes accomplish the same thing, if not maybe even a little bit better. But again, I mean, at this rate, I don't think we're going to be below peg much. But if we are, you're probably better off to just buy EMP directly. Because again, bonds, the downside to bonds is that you're locked up for a while until we're over peg enough that you can redeem them. I know a lot of you have been redeeming bonds lately because we've been doing so well. But we've really reinvented the wheel when it comes to that. And now there's a lot better options to everybody. And that's not to say bonds are bad, because potentially you could make more with bonds if we see a major peg spike. But nodes are a little more consistent. So yeah, does that help?
yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot. I appreciate what you guys are doing. I got to look into nodes. I haven't looked into them at all, actually. So
awesome, brother. Yeah, nodes are the dark horse, man. Nodes are really powerful. So yeah, brother, look into that next. So Couch, you want to say something? Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. If you have any question, feel free to DM me or DM any of the team members. We are more than glad to help you out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. All right, I got time for one more, guys. I know there was somebody else that wanted to jump in. If you're still here, go ahead. If not, yeah, there he is. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, AJ. I want to thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I like what y'all doing. How many other protocols do AMAs every day? And I just want to give one more tidbit. If you're putting new money into the protocol, one of the things I do is I go to PancakeSwap and I just strictly buy EMP. I know you can buy EMP, you can buy E-shares, you can buy ETH, but I strictly buy EMP and I just zap it into the farms. That's another way I use to help the protocol. I just want to put that out there.
All right, yeah, awesome, absolutely. And yeah, brother, go ahead and plug your YouTube channel, bro. Thank you for all your help.
YouTube, follow Crypto Pride on YouTube. I got a video coming out this Friday where I'm comparing Drip and Detonator. It should be very interesting.
All right, brother, I love it. So yeah, man, make sure you give Forex some love as well. We again,
I
we
am.
all right, brother, awesome. Yeah, man, we again, we owe a lot to our forefathers, the Drip community. I know a lot of you are in that community, and we have nothing but love. And there's room for all of us, man. We want to grow together. We want to have a community where we're all very knowledgeable in DeFi, and by working together, we can all make that happen. So, all right, guys, we got about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. But we do this every day. We also have a major announcement tomorrow with a celebrity endorsement. That'll be around 5 p.m. Eastern, and maybe we'll get lucky enough to have that person in the voice chat while we do the AMA tomorrow, and go from there. So get ready for some more alpha coming, and yeah, guys, we're continuing to kill it. It's an amazing time to be in EMP, and I just want to say thank you to all of our dedicated emperors and community members that have helped us get here. And this is only the beginning. We're gonna be at 100 million TVL in no time. So much love to all of you. And all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. So good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.